Hi everyone, Unfiltered here. Today I received a package from Caudabe and you guys can guess what it is. It's of course the Paragon case. And since we skipped that on the lineup, since I didn't have them back then, in this video we'll go over that case only. Now, I was going to say it comes in more colors than just these two, but apparently they only have two colors. And that being the Amber Orange or the Midnight Black. Both look very sleek, and even though I can show you how it matches with the orange iPhone, you won't really see all that much of it actually. Only the lenses and a little bit on the sensors and the flash. I can best describe this case as the sheath, but with a very smooth backplate. The synthesis still has that texture on the backplate and thus it's a little grippier, yet it feels pretty much the same because that too has those grippy sides, yet the backplate is a big factor to how grippy a case really is. It's still better than a clear case that's not the synthesis or the D-brand Ghost, but it's less grippy than the sheath or the synthesis. Now, less grippy doesn't mean slippery, so don't get me wrong. Are you still following me? Where the synthesis has that dotted pattern on the side and the sheath has that grippy texture, the Paragon then has a mix of both the texture and the stripes on the side. Honestly, I would prefer the stripes that the Paragon now has over on the synthesis and then the side of the synthesis with the dotted pattern over on the Paragon. I also think that would be more fitting because the dotted variant is the grippiest and it would compensate for the clear backplate. Now at the bottom they of course removed that texture, which they did on all model cases, so that's amazing still. MagSafe is also the same 8 out of 10 I mentioned earlier on in my lineup video, and of course the same clicky buttons as well. You can also switch these out for whatever color you want, just like with the other cases. And especially for this black case, the midnight color, that looks stunning again. Probably still going for the sea glass or the violet color. Now over on the back it does have that closed camera bump. Now a tiny difference to the sheath is that here it's all textured and on the sheath it has that tiny bit of non-textured plastic over on the flash and sensor. Here they went with a more uniform look and honestly it might mean nothing, but it's still different than the others. These companies could just copy paste and most wouldn't even notice, but I do. And I do appreciate it. The camera control button is almost flush, I'd say 99.99%, but the actual button is then ever so slightly lower, so accidental presses have not occurred at all. The best part of the Paragon is always that front screen protection, which swells up at the top and bottom and is the lowest in the middle, so you can use it to swipe like you've never swiped before. Excellent for drop protection. Now on the inside of the case, it's still that nice felt lining, which always feels premium, and the overall fit is very snug. I'd say the snuggiest, snugger than snug. So if you prefer that type of fit, this is definitely a contender. Now, one thing, and probably my only critique with this case, is that when you have this case in your hand, you can sort of feel where that textured side starts. Now, is that a big deal? No, it's not sharp at all. Still, I always mention these things, and I did notice it. On the synthesis, it's exactly that design where it goes over from a clear piece of plastic to the more textured type of plastic on the side. But they did refine it on that one. So there it's not feelable. Thus, I know it's doable to fine-tune that. A very solid case once again. And we're slowly but surely moving towards my top 10 and the final tier list in which all of these cases will pop up. And both of those videos will be uploaded in December, so be sure to keep an eye out for those. And for now, if you aren't done watching case videos yet, be sure to also watch either of these two, and I'll hope to see you there.